Leo had always been curious. Even as a child, he would spend hours exploring the forests near his home, examining every strange rock and plant he found. Now, as a young explorer on the desert planet Solara, he felt the same excitement he had felt as a child. The endless golden sands stretched in every direction, shimmering under the twin suns. Most people avoided this place, calling it cursed or empty. But Leo felt that it held secrets waiting to be discovered. His ship had landed on a small plateau near a range of jagged cliffs. According to old maps, an ancient temple had been rumored to exist somewhere nearby, buried beneath centuries of sandstorms and shifting dunes. Leo had followed the faint signs of old pathways, half-buried statues, and broken stone steps. Every step he took brought him closer to something extraordinary. After hours of walking, he spotted a large stone entrance, almost completely covered by sand. The walls were carved with strange symbols, faded by time. Leo brushed off the sand and traced the carvings with his fingers. The symbols pulsed faintly, as if reacting to his touch. A cold breeze swept through the entrance, carrying the smell of old stone and something metallic. Leo felt a shiver of excitement. Inside, the temple was dark and quiet. Only a small beam of sunlight entered through a crack in the ceiling, illuminating the dust in the air. Leo carefully moved deeper, his footsteps echoing on the stone floor. The walls were decorated with murals of people, animals, and stars. They told stories of a civilization that had vanished thousands of years ago. Leo's heart raced as he realized he was walking through history. At the center of the temple, he found it. A pedestal stood alone, and on it lay a golden mask, unlike anything Leo had ever seen. The mask was beautifully crafted, with smooth curves and sharp lines that seemed almost alive. Its eyes were hollow, yet they seemed to watch him. Tiny glowing symbols danced across its surface, pulsing gently like a heartbeat. Leo's breath caught. The villagers from nearby settlements had warned him about the mask. They said it was cursed, a relic that brought danger to anyone who touched it. Some claimed that the mask had caused entire villages to vanish without a trace. But Leo was not afraid. He felt a strange connection to it, as if the mask had been waiting for him. Slowly, he reached out and lifted it from the pedestal. The moment his hands touched the mask, a warmth spread through his body. A faint hum filled the air, like the whispers of voices long gone. Leo's mind was flooded with images of places he had never seen. Glowing cities, flying machines, and people wearing the same golden masks. He staggered back, unsure if what he saw was real or a dream. The mask seemed to be showing him visions of the past, or maybe even the future. Leo knew he could not keep it here. The desert was too harsh, and he needed to study the mask safely on his ship. He carefully wrapped it in a protective cloth and carried it outside. The sun reflected off the golden surface, making it shine like a small sun in his hands. As he walked back to his ship, he could not shake the feeling that someone or something was watching him. By the time he reached his ship, the sky had turned orange with the setting suns. Mira, his closest friend and fellow explorer, was waiting. She raised an eyebrow when she saw the mask. "Leo, are you serious? That thing is dangerous." The villagers were right. Leo shook his head, holding the mask close. "I don't think it's dangerous. I think it's calling us, Mira. There is something inside this mask, something we need to understand." Mira hesitated, studying the mask. "I don't like it. We should be careful. Some things are better left buried." Leo smiled. "That is why we are explorers. We find what others are too afraid to see." Raffi, their third companion, joined them with supplies. "Well, whether it is cursed or not, we are taking it with us. We need to figure out what it is before anyone else finds it." As they prepared to leave the desert, Leo could not stop looking at the golden mask. The symbols glowed faintly in the dim light of the setting suns. He wondered what secrets it held and what the visions he had seen really meant. For the first time in his life, he felt that he was standing at the edge of something far greater than himself, something that could change everything he knew about the universe. That night, as the ship flew across the golden dunes, Leo placed the mask carefully on a pedestal in the cabin. He sat back in his chair, unable to take his eyes off it. Outside, the twin moons rose in the sky, casting a silver glow over the desert. Leo felt a mixture of fear and excitement. The golden mask had chosen him, and he had chosen to accept its challenge. Whatever lay ahead, he knew that life as he knew it was about to change forever. The ship hummed softly as it moved above the golden dunes. Inside, Leo could not stop staring at the golden mask. Its smooth surface reflected the cabin lights, and the glowing symbols seemed to pulse as if they were alive. He had placed it carefully on a small pedestal near his chair, but it felt like it was watching him. Leo wondered if he was imagining it, but deep down, he knew something extraordinary was happening. That night, while the ship traveled through the quiet desert sky, Leo went to sleep. The moment his eyes closed, he felt a strange warmth spreading through his body. Suddenly, he was no longer in his cabin. He found himself in a place filled with shining towers and streets that floated in midair. The people around him wore golden masks similar to the one he had found. They moved gracefully, their expressions calm and wise. Leo tried to speak, but no words came out. A figure approached him. It was taller than anyone he had ever seen, with eyes that glowed softly beneath the mask. "You are chosen," the figure said, voice gentle yet firm. "The mask has found you because your mind is open and your heart is strong. You may learn what others cannot." Leo nodded, feeling both awe and fear. He did not understand how he could hear the voice, but he felt its truth in every part of his being. Around him, the city shimmered with light, machines floated silently in the air, and knowledge filled every corner. Leo realized this civilization had been far more advanced than anything humans had achieved. Suddenly, the vision shifted. Leo saw people struggling, fighting for power, and using the mask for selfish reasons. They became trapped, unable to escape the Golden City. He felt a sense of warning. The mask could give incredible knowledge and power, but it could also destroy those who were greedy or weak. Leo shivered, understanding that this was the curse the villagers had spoken about. When he woke, he was back in his cabin. The twin moons shone through the windows, casting silver light across the golden mask. Leo rubbed his eyes, unsure if what he had seen was a dream. But when he looked at the mask, the symbols pulsed gently, as if confirming that the visions had been real. He felt a mix of excitement and fear. The mask had shown him a world of wisdom, but also danger. Myra noticed his unease. "Leo, are you okay? You look like you saw a ghost." Leo shook his head. It was not a ghost, the mask. It showed me a city, a civilization that no one has ever seen. They had knowledge far beyond anything humans know. But the mask also warned me it can destroy people who are selfish or weak. Raffi leaned forward, curiosity shining in his eyes. "So, it's like a test? Whoever uses the mask has to prove themselves." Leo nodded slowly. "Yes, I think that is why it called me. The mask only responds to people who are brave, clever, and honest. If we are not careful, it could be dangerous. But it also could help us understand things humans could never imagine." 4. The next few days, Leo studied the mask constantly. Every time he touched it, he felt waves of energy flowing through him. It was as if the mask was trying to teach him something. Words, symbols, and images flashed in his mind. He could see formulas, designs, and ideas for technology that did not exist in human history. At first, it was overwhelming, but slowly, he began to understand. The mask was a key to knowledge, but only if he used it wisely. Myra grew concerned. Leo, I understand that the mask is amazing, but don't let it take over your mind. You are the one in control. Remember that. Leo smiled, appreciating her warning. I know, Myra. I will not let it control me. But imagine what we could do. We could bring solutions to problems that have plagued humanity for centuries. Raffi, always practical, added, we also have to think about others who might want the mask for the wrong reasons. If it falls into the hands of someone greedy, it could cause great harm. Leo agreed. The visions he had seen in the city reminded him of that. He realized the mask was not just a tool. It was a guardian of wisdom, a challenge for those who sought its power. It chose who could unlock its secrets and warned those who tried to abuse it. That night, Leo placed the mask back on the pedestal in the cabin. He sat beside it, feeling a strange connection. He could sense its energy, almost like it was alive. For the first time, he felt the true weight of responsibility. The mask had chosen him, and now it was up to him to prove that he was worthy. As the ship flew over the golden desert, Leo could not stop thinking about the visions. The mask had shown him not only knowledge, but also the dangers of greed and weakness. He realized that this journey would not just be about discovery. It would be about testing his courage, his heart, and his wisdom. Humanity had given him the chance to rise to greatness, but the path would not be easy. The golden mask rested quietly on its pedestal, glowing softly in the moonlight. Leo stared at it, feeling both wonder and determination. The adventure was just beginning, and he knew that whatever lay ahead, the mask would guide him and test him in ways he could not yet imagine. The sun rose over the golden desert, casting long shadows across the dunes. Leo's ship glided smoothly over the sands, carrying him, Myra, Raffi, and the golden mask. The air inside the cabin was filled with quiet excitement, but Leo could feel tension building. The mask pulsed gently on its pedestal, as if warning him that their journey was about to get dangerous. Suddenly, Raffi's scanner beeped urgently. Leo, we have company, he said, pointing to the screen. A dark shape moved across the dunes in the distance. Someone is following us. Leo's heart skipped a beat. He had feared this moment. Knowledge of the golden mask had already spread faster than he imagined. And now, someone was coming to take it. Myra leaned over his shoulder. Who could it be? She asked. Raffi frowned. I've picked up traces of a scavenger ship. From the patterns, it looks like Carl, a known treasure hunter. He's ruthless and will stop at nothing to get what he wants. Leo swallowed hard. He had heard stories about Carl. The scavenger was feared across several planets for stealing rare artifacts and destroying anyone who got in his way. And now, Carl had learned about the golden mask. We need to move fast, Leo said, taking control of the ship. He adjusted the flight path, aiming for the cliffs where he had first discovered the temple. We can use the terrain to our advantage. He won't know the paths like we do. Myra helped him chart a course. The desert is tricky, Leo. The cliffs have hidden tunnels and ravines. We can hide there if we have to. Raffi prepared the ship's defensive systems. I don't like fighting, but Carl won't stop until he gets the mask. We need to be ready. The ship dove toward the cliffs, the golden sands rushing past. Carl's ship appeared on the horizon, dark and menacing. The scavenger had spotted them and was gaining speed. Leo gripped the controls tightly. The mask seemed to vibrate slightly, as if sensing the danger. As they approached the cliffs, Leo guided the ship through a narrow canyon. The walls rose high, on both sides, casting shadows across the ship. Carl followed, trying to catch up, but the terrain worked against him. Rocks jutted out unexpectedly, and the shadows made it hard for his ship to navigate. Inside the cabin, Mira looked at Leo with concern. Do you think the mask is helping us? she asked. Leo nodded. I think it knows we are in danger. It may be guiding us through the safest paths. We need to trust it. Raffi scanned the canyon ahead. There is a tunnel system nearby. It's tight, but if we can get through it, Kara won't follow easily. Leo carefully steered the ship toward the hidden entrance. The mask glowed brighter as they approached, almost like it was lighting the way. The ship slipped into the tunnel just as Karo's ship closed in behind them. For a moment, it seemed like they had escaped, but Karo was not easily fooled. He maneuvered his ship with skill, forcing them to dodge falling rocks and sharp turns. The chase became intense, and the ship shook with every narrow pass. Leo's hands ached from holding the controls, but he focused on one thing: protecting the golden mask. Outside, the sun climbed higher, making the shadows in the canyon shift constantly. Myra checked the ship's rear cameras. He's still coming, she said. We have to outsmart him, not just outrun him. Leo thought quickly. There's an old collapse zone ahead. If we can trigger a small rock slide, it will block his path, at least temporarily. Raffi nodded, ready to help. I can control the explosives from the cargo bay. Give me a signal. Leo guided the ship closer to the zone. The mask pulsed stronger, as if approving the plan. He signaled Raffi, who activated the charge. A roar of falling rocks echoed through the canyon. Dust and debris filled the air. The ship trembled, but they made it through safely. Behind them, Karo's ship struggled, nearly hitting the rocks before finding a narrow escape route. Breathing heavily, Leo glanced at the mask. It glowed softly, a calm contrast to the chaos outside. We did it, he whispered. But he will not give up easily. We have to keep moving. Myra placed a hand on his shoulder. You're right. Kara will keep chasing us. But the mask, it is helping us. I think it wants us to succeed. Raffi nodded. We need a plan, not just speed. The mask may give us knowledge, but we have to use our heads. Kara is clever, but we are smarter together. Leo smiled, feeling a mix of relief and determination. The chase was only the beginning. The golden mask had shown its power, but it had also made one thing clear. Their journey would not be easy. Danger was everywhere, and Kara would not stop until he had the mask dot as the ship flew deeper into the cliffs. Leo felt a strange sense of connection to the golden mask. It was not just an object. They were partners in this adventure. And if they stayed true, brave, and wise, he believed they could survive whatever challenges lay ahead. The golden sand stretched out beyond the cliffs, shining under the twin suns. The mask rested quietly on its pedestal, glowing faintly as if ready for the next step in their journey. Leo knew that ahead there would be tests, challenges, and choices that would define not just his fate, but the future of the mask and perhaps humanity itself. The cliffs and tunnels behind them seemed to vanish as the ship glided over an open desert plain. Leo, Myra, and Raffi had a few hours of quiet travel. But the golden mask rested on its pedestal, glowing softly as if it had more to reveal. Leo could feel its energy pulsing, and he knew that the time had come to understand its true purpose. Leo, you've been staring at it for hours, Myra said gently. Are you sure it's safe to focus so much on the mask? We barely know what it is. Leo nodded slowly, not taking his eyes off the glowing symbols. I know, Myra, but I think it wants to show me something. I can feel it. I have to try to understand it before Kara finds us again. Raffi leaned over, curiosity written across his face. What do you mean? What could a mask possibly show us? Leo took a deep breath. Not just anything, Raffi. The mask showed me a city once. A civilization so advanced, it disappeared long ago. I think the mask belongs to them. And I think it is more than just an object. It is a guardian of knowledge. Mira frowned. A guardian of knowledge. What do you mean? Leo carefully lifted the mask from its pedestal. As soon as his fingers touched the smooth gold, the glowing symbol shimmered and changed. Tiny lines of light formed a pattern, like a map or a code. Images flashed in Leo's mind. People wearing golden masks, walking in halls filled with machines, and writing on glowing tablets. He saw how they studied, learned, and created incredible inventions. These people were brilliant. Leo whispered, "They left this mask behind as a test. It chooses who can learn its secrets. Those who are greedy or selfish fail, but those who are brave, clever, and wise, they gain knowledge beyond imagination." Raffi's eyes widened. So the curse isn't really a curse? Leo shook his head. No, the curse is a warning. People who used the mask for selfish reasons disappeared, but those who respected it, who proved themselves worthy, unlocked its power. That is why Karo is dangerous. He's only after the mask for himself. He would fail and could destroy everything in the process. Myra studied the symbols carefully. Then the mask is testing us? Testing you? Yes, Leo said. It is testing all of us. But it reacts strongest to me. I think it wants to see if I can handle what it has to offer. We have to be careful. Knowledge without wisdom can be dangerous. As they flew, Leo noticed the symbols on the mask shifting again, forming something like a map of the desert. Look. At this, he said, pointing at the glowing lines. It's showing me the location of a lost city. I think it is the city from my visions. This is where the mask wants me to go. Raffi leaned closer. You mean the city of the ancient civilization? Yes, Leo replied. If we can reach it, we might understand the mask completely. We could learn how to use its power for good. Myra nodded slowly. But we also have to be ready for Karo. He won't stop chasing us. And if he finds the city before us, everything could be lost. Leo agreed. The mask has chosen us, but it will test us along the way. It will show us challenges, dangers, and choices. We need courage, wisdom, and teamwork to succeed. As the ship continued, Leo felt the mask reacting to a hidden energy in the desert. He realized that it was not just guiding them, it was protecting them. Tiny warnings flashed in his mind whenever danger approached. Unstable ground, sudden storms, or hidden cliffs. The mask was teaching him to pay attention, to think ahead, and to trust his instincts. Raffi smiled. I never thought I'd say this, but the mask might actually be helping us survive. Leo nodded. It's more than helping. It's preparing. U.S. Whatever lies ahead in that lost city, we need to be ready to face it, and we need to stay true to ourselves. The mask will only reveal its secrets if we are worthy. Mira placed a hand on Leo's shoulder. Then we have to be careful. We can't let fear or greed control our decisions. We need to stay united and smart. We are stronger together. Leo smiled at his friends. The mask's glow brightened slightly, as if approving. He knew that this was just the beginning of a greater adventure. The knowledge and power the mask offered were tempting, but he understood now that it demanded responsibility and respect. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, casting long golden shadows across the desert, Leo felt a surge of determination. The golden mask had revealed part of its truth, and now he knew what they had to do. They would find the lost city, uncover the secrets of the ancient civilization, and face whatever challenges awaited them. The golden mask rested quietly on its pedestal in the cabin, glowing softly in the fading light. Leo stared at it, feeling both awe and purpose. He understood that this journey was not just about discovery. It was about proving themselves worthy of the incredible knowledge the mask held. The truth was revealed, but the tests were only beginning, and the adventure ahead promised danger, mystery, and greatness unlike anything they had ever imagined. The ship flew steadily across the golden desert, its engines humming softly. Leo sat near the glowing pedestal, eyes fixed on the golden mask. Each time he touched it, his mind buzzed with new knowledge, ideas for inventions, insights about energy, and secrets of the universe. It was incredible, more than he had ever imagined. But with every new vision, Leo felt a strange pull, a temptation to use the mask for himself. Myra watched him closely. "Leo, you seem different," she said. "Every time you touch the mask, it changes you. Are you feeling all right?" Leo shook his head, trying to clear the thoughts racing in his mind. "I'm fine, Myra. It's just the mask is showing me so much. I feel like I could do anything, learn anything. But I know I need to be careful." Raffi joined them, setting a hand on Leo's shoulder. "Careful is right. The mask is powerful, but we cannot let it control our decisions. We have to stay true to ourselves." Leo nodded, but the pull inside him was strong. He imagined what he could do if he used the mask's power. He could solve energy problems on human colonies, design machines that could travel faster than any ship, even understand the secrets of the universe itself. It was thrilling, and for a moment, he almost forgot the warnings from Myra and Raffi. The mask pulsed softly, as if sensing his thoughts. A small golden glow spread across the cabin, lighting the room with a warm radiance. Leo reached out and touched it again. The visions returned, brighter and faster than before. He saw himself standing at the head of a great human settlement, admired and respected. He saw inventions that could change life on hundreds of planets. His heart raced. Myra noticed the change in him. "Leo, wait. Don't get lost in it. The mask can show amazing things, but it can also trick you. Remember what it showed us in the Vision City. The people who were greedy, selfish, or reckless disappeared. We cannot become like them." Leo forced himself to pull his hand back. The glow faded slightly, but the pull did not go away. He understood Myra was right. The mask was a test, and it would punish anyone who gave in to selfish desires. But the temptation was strong, stronger than anything he had faced before. Raffi spoke softly, trying not to alarm Leo. "You are the one the mask trusts most. But trust is not the same as control. You have to decide what to do with the knowledge it gives you. If you misuse it, even by accident, it could be dangerous." Leo took a deep breath, closing his eyes. He could feel the mask's energy flowing into him, showing him everything he could achieve. But then he thought about Myra and Raffi, and the choices they had made together. He thought about the Vision City, where greed had destroyed lives. He realized that knowledge without responsibility was meaningless. "I will not let it control me," he whispered, more to himself than to anyone else. "I will learn from it, but I will not use it for selfish reasons. I will stay true to myself." Myra smiled, relieved. "Good. That is the only way we can succeed. The mask will respect your courage and wisdom, not your desire for power." Raffi nodded. "We need to remember that together. The mask is guiding us, but it is also testing us. If we stay united, clever, and honest, we can reach the lost city safely." As the ship continued, Leo felt the mask's pull lessen. It seemed to acknowledge his choice, glowing softly instead of intensely. The vision slowed, showing only the path ahead, safe routes, hidden dangers, and clues about the lost city. The mask was teaching them, not forcing them. Leo realized that its true power was not in the knowledge it gave, but in the lessons it demanded. Hours passed, and the desert stretched endlessly beneath them. Leo studied the symbols carefully, noticing patterns that revealed hidden caves, underground tunnels, and ancient structures. He began mapping a route that would keep them safe from both natural dangers and Caro. The temptation to misuse the mask's power never disappeared entirely, but he had learned to control it, to focus on wisdom and responsibility. Myra leaned back, watching him with pride. "You're learning fast, Leo. The mask chose well. But remember, the real test is still ahead. Knowledge is powerful, but courage, wisdom, and restraint matter more." Leo nodded. "I know. I feel ready, but I also know we cannot be careless. The mask will keep testing us, and Kara will not give up either. We have to be smart, brave, and united." Raffi smiled. "Then we keep moving forward, step by step, choice by choice. Together, we can handle whatever comes next." The golden mask rested quietly on its pedestal, glowing faintly as the twin suns began to set. Leo stared at it, feeling both awe and responsibility. He understood now that the journey was not just about discovering the lost city or learning ancient secrets. It was about proving himself worthy of the power the mask offered, resisting temptation, and guiding humanity toward knowledge without greed. As night fell over the desert, Leo, Myra, and Raffi prepared for the next part of their journey. The mask pulsed gently, like a heartbeat, a silent reminder that their adventure was far from over. Leo knew that temptation would return, but he also knew he had the strength to face it. The golden mask had shown its challenge, and he had chosen wisely. The adventure ahead promised danger, mystery, and discovery, but Leo felt ready. Together with Myra and Raffi, and guided by the mask, he knew they could reach the lost city, uncover its secrets, and face whatever tests awaited them with courage, wisdom, and heart. The lost city rose from the desert like a dream. Its towers shimmered in gold and silver, half buried by sand yet still magnificent. Leo, Myra, and Raffi approached with cautious excitement. The golden mask pulsed softly on its pedestal, guiding them toward the city's entrance. The air felt charged with energy, and Leo could sense that this was the place where the mask's true test would unfold. But they were not alone. From the horizon, a dark shape appeared, a ship unlike any Leo had seen before. It was Karo, relentless and determined. The scavenger had followed them through the desert, and now he was prepared to take the mask by force. Leo tightened his grip on the controls. "He's here," he said. "We need to be ready. The mask can help, but we cannot rely on it alone. We have to use our wits." Myra nodded. "We can handle this together. Remember what we have learned. The mask tests courage and wisdom, not just strength." Raffi adjusted the ship's shields. "We need to slow him down long enough to reach the city. Once we are inside, he won't know the paths like we do." As Karo's ship drew closer, Leo felt the mask pulsing stronger, reacting to the danger. When he touched it, visions flashed in his mind. Hidden tunnels, safe passages, and the weak points of the canyon they had passed. The mask seemed to be guiding them, offering tools for strategy rather than direct combat. "Follow the canyon," Leo shouted. "There is a collapse zone ahead. If we trigger it carefully, we can slow him down." Raffi activated a sequence of small explosives along the canyon walls. Rocks tumbled down, creating barriers that forced Karo's ship to maneuver sharply. Dust and debris filled the air. Karo managed to dodge most of the rocks, but his ship was slowed, giving Leo and the others a crucial advantage. "We need to get to the city gates quickly," Myra urged. "Once we are inside, the mask will protect us even more." Leo guided the ship through a narrow passage that led directly to the city. The golden mask glowed brightly, lighting the path and warning them of hidden obstacles. As they emerged into the open square of the lost city, Karo's ship hovered at the entrance, attempting to follow. Leo knew this was the moment to act. He placed the mask carefully on a pedestal in the center of the square. As soon as it touched the surface, a radiant light burst from it, filling the city with energy. The symbols on the mask pulsed in harmony with the city's ancient structures, and mechanisms hidden for centuries began to awaken. Karo's eyes widened in disbelief. "What is this?" he shouted. He tried to approach, but the city seemed alive. Walls shifted, paths changed, and Karo struggled to find a way forward. The mask had created a protective barrier. Responding to Leo's courage and wisdom, Leo felt the mask's energy flow through him. It was as if the knowledge and power it had shown him in visions were now fully available, but only if he used them wisely. He could see every movement Karo made, anticipate his actions, and guide Myra and Raffi safely. Myra whispered, "The mask is helping us, but we still have to be smart." Leo nodded. "Yes, we use our minds, not force. The mask is our guide, not our weapon." Karo grew frustrated. He tried to force a path, firing his tools and attempting to manipulate the city's defenses, but each attempt failed. The mask and the city's energy responded to Leo's intelligence and restraint, creating clever obstacles that stopped Karo without harming anyone. Finally, Leo saw an opportunity. A small trap, guided by the mask, allowed Karo's ship to become entangled in a net of energy and ancient mechanisms. The scavenger struggled, realizing he had been outsmarted. Leo did not gloat. He simply watched, knowing that the mask's test had been fair. Karo's greed and recklessness had led him to fail. Myra exhaled in relief. "We did it," she said softly. Raffi smiled. "The mask has proven what we already knew. Courage, wisdom, and restraint are stronger than force and greed." Leo carefully removed the mask from the pedestal, feeling its energy flow through him one last time. He understood now that its true power was not in giving him strength or control, but in teaching him responsibility. The mask had tested him and guided him, preparing him for greater challenges yet to come. As Karo struggled to free himself, Leo, Myra, and Raffi stepped into the central hall of the lost city. The walls shimmered with light, and knowledge from the ancient civilization awaited them. Leo felt a deep sense of accomplishment. They had passed the first real test, proving themselves worthy of the mask's guidance. The golden mask rested calmly in his hands, its glow soft and steady. Leo smiled, understanding that the adventure was far from over. The lost city held secrets, wisdom, and challenges that would require all of their courage, intelligence, and teamwork. But for now, they had survived Karo's confrontation, and the mask had proven that it would guide those who were worthy. The sun set over the desert, casting long golden shadows across the city. Leo looked at Myra and Raffi. "We have passed one test, but the real journey begins here. Together, we will uncover the secrets of this place, and we will use them wisely." The golden mask pulsed gently, a silent promise that it would continue to guide them. Leo knew that the challenges ahead would be greater, but with courage, wisdom, and friendship, they could face whatever came next. The lost city awaited, full of mystery and knowledge, and the golden mask had chosen them to unlock its secrets. The lost city was quiet now, bathed in the golden glow of the setting suns. Leo, Myra, and Raffi walked carefully through its streets, their eyes wide with wonder. Every building seemed alive with history, every wall filled with symbols and glowing patterns. The golden mask pulsed softly on its pedestal, as if guiding them to the most important place in the city. Leo felt a deep sense of responsibility. The mask had chosen him, but it was not just about power. It was about wisdom, courage, and restraint. The visions had shown him what could happen to those who misused it, and he was determined to do things differently. Myra looked at him. "Leo, do you really think we are ready for what's inside?" Leo nodded. "We have learned so much already, but the city still holds secrets. We need to understand them before the mask can be used safely or shared with anyone else." Raffi pointed to a large hall at the center of the city. "Look there. That has to be where the mask was meant to go. Everything seems to point to it." As they approached the hall, the mask glowed brighter. Symbols floated in the air, forming patterns that only Leo could understand. He realized that the hall was a library of knowledge, storing centuries of wisdom from a civilization far more advanced than humanity. Machines hummed gently, responding to the mask's presence. Leo stepped forward, placing the mask carefully on a pedestal in the center of the hall. The light expanded, filling the room with a warm, golden glow. The symbols danced around them, revealing knowledge about science, energy, and the stars. Leo felt awe and gratitude. He realized that this place was not meant for personal gain. It was a gift to humanity, to be respected and preserved. Mira spoke softly. This is amazing, but we have to be careful. Not everyone would use this knowledge wisely. Leo nodded. That is why we cannot take the mask with us. It belongs here, protected by the city. We can record what we learn, share knowledge responsibly, but the mask itself must stay. Raffi smiled. Then we leave the mask where it belongs and let it wait for the next worthy person. Whoever comes next will have to prove themselves, just like you did. Leo felt a sense of peace. The mask had tested him, guided him, and taught him lessons he would never forget. He carefully documented what he had learned, recording the knowledge in a secure device for humanity to study. It was a legacy that would inspire generations, without giving the mask itself into the wrong hands. As they prepared to leave the city, Leo took one last look at the golden mask. Its glow was calm, almost like it was smiling at him. He whispered, "Thank you. I will honor your gift and your lessons." The trio walked back to their ship, the city silent behind them. Outside, the desert shimmered under the twin moons, the winds carrying a sense of eternity. Leo, Myra, and Raffi felt proud of what they had accomplished. They had survived danger, resisted temptation, and proven themselves worthy of the mask's guidance. Once aboard the ship, Leo activated the engines. The golden mask remained behind, glowing softly in its pedestal, waiting for the next explorer who would face its challenge with courage and wisdom. Mira and Raffi looked at Leo with smiles. "You did it," Mira said. "You faced the mask, Caro, and the challenges of the city, and you stayed true to yourself." Leo nodded. "We all did it together. The mask taught us more than just knowledge. It taught us responsibility, courage, and teamwork. That is the true legacy of this place." Raffi added, "And now we can bring what we learned to humanity. Not the mask, but its lessons. That is more important than power or glory." Leo agreed. The adventure had changed them. They had faced temptation, danger, and the unknown, and had emerged stronger. The golden mask had chosen wisely, and they had proven themselves worthy. As the ship flew away from the desert planet, the lost city disappeared beneath the sands, hidden from view but alive with the energy of the past. Leo looked at the horizon and felt hope. Humanity had a chance to learn, to grow, and to reach for greatness without succumbing to greed or fear. The golden mask would remain in the city, a guardian of wisdom, waiting silently for the next human who was worthy. Leo knew that someday another explorer would find it, face its challenges, and be guided by its lessons. The cycle of courage, wisdom, and discovery would continue. For now, Leo, Mira, and Raffi returned home with their knowledge, ready to share what they had learned responsibly. The mask had given them more than visions or power. It had given them the chance to shape the future. And humanity, with courage and wisdom, would rise to meet the challenges of the universe. As the stars filled the sky, Leo felt a quiet joy. The golden mask had tested him, and he had chosen wisely. Its legacy would live on through the lessons they shared, inspiring humanity to reach for greatness while staying true to their hearts. The adventure had ended, but the story of courage, wisdom, and the golden mask would continue forever.